everyone, welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Superpowers. This is Karen, I'm Dawn, and aloha from Hawaii. We are here on holidays. Karen comes every year because she has a very special connection with Hawaii. And we thought we'd do an episode about her connection and her calling.
Yeah.
So if you remember in a few episodes, we've talked about how I do remote viewing, especially during surgeries. And I've done it a few times with Karen, and under anesthetic, Karen's soul always tells me that she wants to swim with dolphins.
Yeah.
And funny enough, you have swam with so many sea creatures, but not dolphins.
Right. And so I've swam with manta rays, which is pretty cool. Really cool. And so as you can see, it's a pretty amazing experience. Not for the faint of heart, right? But I loved it. So glad that we did that. And a shout out to Marquetta for setting that up.
Hi, Marquetta.
So, when it came to the dolphins, though, I've never swam with the dolphins. And a big reason for that is often when you swim with dolphins, they're dolphins in captivity. And I really didn't want to do that because, well, there's lots of reasons why. So I really wanted to swim with wild dolphins. So when we were planning the trip to come here to Hawaii, I started looking for dolphin excursions. So we booked a dolphin watch and snorkel tour. So in the morning we met with Captain Shelly and his deckhand Tristan, and we went on this amazing 4-hour tour.
It really was. It felt like an entire day.
All right, guys, so this is a U.S. Coast Guard inspected vessel. I'm a U.S. Coast Guard certified captain. That means we're in safe hands. In the event that I hit an iceberg today, I have emergency lights located underneath that black box up there, guys. Don't abandon the ship unless I give you the command to do so. Exits of the vessel are everywhere. No standing when I'm going fast. For all you folks that are wearing hats, just remember I only go back for hats with heads in them. All right, that's your safety brief today, okay, guys? So we haven't lost we've never lost a man on this trip. A few women and kids, no men, so it'll be all right. All right, guys, let's talk about our tour today. This is the Dolphin Discovery Tour, but it's so much more than just a dolphin watch and snorkel, okay? My goal today is to find as much marine life as possible out here for you guys in our 4-hour period. We're going to spend about 2 hours looking for anything that may be out here today, but we're going to target for some dolphins, but we oftentimes see sharks, turtles, maybe a few toothed whales, manta ray, I don't know, whatever's out here today. Sometimes nothing, sometimes something. And then we're going to head down to Kealikakua Bay, which is the home of the Captain Cook Monument, and we're going to snorkel down there for about an hour. It's one of the top ranked reefs in all of the planet. It is a perfect snorkel destination. It's a Goldilocks reef. Just deep enough that nobody kicks the reef, just shallow enough that you can see all the beautiful marine animals that are living there, okay? You guys are going to come back aboard after that. We're going to have some poo-poos. That's nothing gross, guys. It just means we're going to have a snack. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Captain Cook, and then we're going to head up the coastline looking at sea caves, lava tubes, and sea arches, okay? And then bring our way in.
My heart is so full. Like you can't help but just close your eyes and take everything in. It was just such a great morning.
Yeah. So anyway, it turns out though that we found spinner dolphins, which are amazing because spinner dolphins jump out of the air and then they spin around and then they land back in the water, which is a pretty cool thing to see. But spinner dolphins are the only wild dolphins that are protected and you can't go and swim with. And there's no real good reason for that because they are not endangered. But anyway, it is what it is. So we couldn't swim with them, but it was really cool because when we found them, we're supposed to keep about 100 feet away. And we saw baby dolphins.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
They were so cute.
Yeah.
And we had a little bit of trouble finding them initially.
So, as you know, I'm an animal communicator. So I tuned in and I talked to the dolphins and I said, "Where are you guys?" and they said, we're nearby,
Yes.
come, right? And shortly after we found the dolphins, which was cool.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And like Karen mentioned, they came to us. It's like they wanted to see us and be with us. And they knew that Karen wanted to swim with the dolphins, so they came and did what they could.
Yeah. And, maybe one day I'll do some other wild dolphin excursions, because you can swim with bottlenose dolphins and other types of dolphins, just not the spinner dolphins. Then we went looking for whales. And so I tuned into the whales, because we spend a lot of time looking for the whales, right? And I tuned in and I felt I could hear them, but they were so far away. And I didn't think we would come across any. And sure enough, we didn't.
That's right, yeah. So you're 2 for 2.
Yeah. And then after that, we made our way to Captain Cook Point. And the neat thing about Captain Cook Point is there's a lot of history about Captain Cook and how he was killed on the island, how he landed on the island. They thought he was a god. All his men were gods until one of them died, actually. And then they realized, these are not gods.
These are just regular
These are
men
men
that don't look like us.
And so anyway, he was eventually killed on the island, and there's a monument there, but there's also an amazing coral reef there. So at that point, we got into the water with some snorkels and just started swimming around, and the fish there were amazing.
Yes, there were
The
so
colors,
many.
oh my gosh.
My goodness.
But as we were approaching Captain Cook Monument, all of a sudden a sea turtle popped into my head. And I said to Don, guess what? We're going to see some sea turtles when we're there. And what happened?
We got to swim with sea turtles. Yeah.
So we didn't really swim with the dolphins, but we swam with sea turtles, which are amazing sea creatures.
They are, and they come in all different sizes. The ones that we were with out there were a little smaller, but then yesterday we got to swim with big sea turtles.
Big sea turtles.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, the one that came close to me, I kind of moved away from it, which isn't normally like me, but it was just so big, right?
Yeah. So, but it was, I still think, being here, swimming, being in the ocean.
Well, the other neat thing you did yesterday for me was you did some Reiki and healing in the ocean.
Yeah, I did.
Which was very cool.
Yeah, I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning with this idea of a picture of me holding Karen in the ocean, going with the waves and being surrounded by, I would figure it was a sea creature. I didn't know what it was. I assumed it was dolphins. And so I ran the idea by Karen, and we thought it would be cool. So we went out to the beach close to our place yesterday, and we got in the water, and I did some Reiki and some cranial sacral therapy in the water with the help of Karen's twin sister Jill. So thank you for that. Sure enough, the turtles came, and before we knew it, we had sea turtles around us.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was really good. So we'll see what comes of that. It just felt like the right thing to do. So we, like you've seen on this channel, when we get an idea that feels like a hit, or
when we get called to do something, we try to follow it up.
Yeah. So we're trusting that what happened yesterday, and being here and swimming in the reef with the turtles and seeing the dolphins and them coming so close to us was all part of the plan.
And it's interesting, when I'm swimming in the ocean, I feel fantastic. I haven't felt great while I've been here, quite honestly, but when I'm in the ocean, everything goes away.
I noticed that. Yeah. So got to keep you in the ocean.
Yeah. A few more days to do that.
That's right.
Anyway, so we hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss another episode. So until next time, see you later.
Bye.
Birdie.